In this video, I am going to check this POD HD500X having an issue on the display. It is changing the display, and it is very obvious that the problem is on the controls, because as you can see here, this control base, okay, base, as you can see, it's moving, it's changing the value. That's why it changed the display. And also the mid and base, but the rest seems it's fine. So now I'm going to off these two controls, and we observe if still the display can change. So okay, also this having an issue drive. Okay, we now have three controls that okay, and all right, same three controls that's having an issue. And we observe that when we set to off or minimum these three controls, the display is not changing. So it's confirmed that the issue is on these three controls. Okay, let me try to clean this if we can solve the issue. I'm gonna turn off the power supply, and we need to, you know, check the controls. Okay, so cover is already out. I'm gonna set this aside, and remember, we got a problem on these three controls. Okay, to access the controls, because I'm planning to clean that, I need to take these three controls out, because you know why? Someone has already apply I think WD-40, and yeah, WD-40. So if you apply WD-40, it will create another issue to the controls. So never put WD-40 on the volume control, because WD stays wet, not unlike for the contact cleaner, it gets dry instantly. So my advice is, you have, instead of using WD-40 for the controls, you have to use contact cleaner. WD-40 is advisable only to use for the switches and sockets like this, the connector, but for the control, it's not advisable. Somehow it will fix the issue, but later on it will create another issue, and the control will become totally damaged. And finally, mainboard is out. This is the drive, this is the base, and this is the middle. These three controls, we need to take these out. And there guys, we need the high wattage soldering iron to easily detach these controls. I'm going to show it to you. I have here a high wattage soldering iron. I set it to 400. Temperature is 400, and I need to apply soldering lead. Removing this, we need to push this, but not so hard. While heating, we need to push this down. Okay, that's why you need the high wattage soldering iron here. If not, it will not gonna work. See, it's easy. And the value of this control is B103, and if you read this, it is 10 kilo ohms mono. Let's continue. Okay, two controls are out. There's another one. Okay, all are 10K. We need to unsolder that, so it will be easy for us to return back the controls, and hope we can fix that control. At least we can clean it. We can able to clean that control, and I hope that the carbon or inside is still in good condition. So now it's already cleaned, and let's move on to controls. Here I'm going to check if still we get the correct value of the controls, which is 10K. I'm gonna set my tester mode to times 1K and adjust the ohms to 0. I don't know if you can see, maybe I have to show it here. First, I'm going to check the ohms. Yes, we got still 10 kilo ohms. As you can see, the meter stops on the number of 10, which is correct. 10K. And this one, okay, this one is a little bit, more. We need to recalibrate. Okay. Peter, if I will hold this like this. Okay, this one is a little bit having, problem. Let's move on the other controls. So this controls is 10K. This one is really having an issue. And let's check the movement. No, I'm gonna point my tester to pin 1 and 2 and rotate. It seems that it's gradually moving, but not much here. As you can see, it stays on this. It's supposed to be, it will go to 10, 0, and 10. How about on the other side? It's supposed to be like that. Goes to 10, and there's 0. But on the other side, it goes only on number 2. Let us check some. Okay, 10. Okay. Okay, this one is fine. How about the other side? At least this control is seems to be fine. I'm gonna set this aside and let's check this one. Yeah, this one is really, nothing changed here. But on the other side, Other side is fine. Let me double check this. Sorry guys, I covering my tester. Yeah, it will stuck only on above 2. So these two controls having an issue. This one seems to be working fine. Now I am going to fix this, and we'll see. I'm gonna start on this. You need to open and check inside. Okay. Right, so now this is the control. What I'm going to do is to clean this using the lacquer thinner and the brush. This brush and lacquer thinner, but before that I need to apply wood polish. I'm gonna spray, and then let me use another brush, different brush. I'm using this brush for lacquer thinner, and I'm using this brush for the wood polish. Be careful guys for the brush. Okay. Good thing that we get the, 10 kilo ohms. And then I'm gonna apply a lacquer thinner. Lacquer thinner get dries, not the W40. It stays wet. Again, we need to clean this thoroughly because some of the flux is get stuck in between the carbon and the brush and on the center top here. That's why it gets leakage to the controls. Okay, now let us install back the case, and we'll see what is the result. All right, let me grab my tester and let us measure. We still have 10 kilo ohms, and it's a sign that this control is good. Now let us move here before we got the different value. I'm gonna move this. Yes, wow. See guys, it's moving gradually and move until to 10. Unlike before, it stays on 2. And let's move on this side. Yes, also. So meaning we only solve the issue by cleaning. Anyway, let's move on the other controls. I'm going to apply the same procedure, same method. Actually, this issue occurs because of oxidation or humidity. If the controls get oxidized, it will create trouble to the contacts. First, apply wood polish and then brush. Wood polish or any kind of, you know, cleaner that can remove the plaques and residue or oxidation. Lacquer thinner is the final, not to make it sure that it will get dry. The most important cleaning on this portion here, and also on the carbon inside here, and don't brush opposite side on this brush because it will deform. Another one, once more. All right, shell is already installed, and let me grab my analog tester. Okay, and you'll see. Double check the ohms. 0 ohms. We're going to check pin number 1 and 3. 10. Yes, we got 10 value. Sorry. Okay. And now we have to check the movement. Yes. Yes. Wow. Smooth. Unlike before, we are not getting the correct value. And on the other side, should be the same. Yeah. Wow. Wow. And let us check the last one. So this is having an issue. As you can see, if I test it 1 pin and 3, and if I move, it's changing. Unlike the other one that we already fixed, if you rotate the control, the shafting, it is not moving. And this one is, it's supposed to be, it's not like that. And we check here, it's not going through to 10. Okay, so let's fix this and we'll see. This control actually is durable because the carbon is really good. The only problem is if this control gets dirts or oxidation, it will create some issues like that. All right, I wood polish. Okay, then brush. Check first here before. If I rotate this, it's the pointer is moving. Oh wow, now okay. And we'll check the pin number 1 and 2. And before it's only stays on that side, but now, wow, smooth. About on this side, Wow. So it seems that our control is already fixed. And okay, now I'm going to install it back, and we'll see if we solve the trouble. I'm gonna install this here. Don't worry, these controls are the same value. Okay, so I need to remove the existing, soldering lead. Before you solder the pins, you have to tighten this first. Alright, and then after that, we can now solder the terminals. Okay, and from here, I think we can test without installing back the cover. We'll see. Okay, wow, we'll see if it will change or not. Before, after turning on, the display changes, but now stays on that display and not changing. Yes, I think we solved the issue. Let's check the rest here. Okay, I'm gonna turn this volume. Oh, sorry. Let me show this to you closer. Okay, and here, let me turn up. You see the value? It shows 0, and then okay, 5 and 100. Wow, it's moving gradually, unlike before. And let's move on the base. Wow. Okay. Nice. And let's move on needle. Yes. Wow. And treble. These three remaining controls, I think. Ah, yes. I need also to clean this. See, it's not gradually moving. It's jumping. Unlike the one that we fixed, it's moving gradually, not jumping. And here. And also here. But here, jumping, see? And let's check the presence. Okay, it seems that the presence is fine. How about the volume? Anyway, I will clean them all and to make it sure that the issue is properly resolved. Okay guys, hope you learned something on this video, and if you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless us.